What's up, everybody? This is Reverend Guns, and today we're going to be taking apart and cleaning a Rock Island M1911 FS. So the first thing we want to do is check it and make sure it is clear and safe to work on. So right behind the trigger here is the magazine release. When you press that, it causes the magazine to pop out. We don't want any cleaners or solvents on this, so set this far away from your cleaning station while you're doing this. Next, right here is your slide lock. When you pull the slide back, you will push the slide lock up and it will hold the slide open. Now you can look down into the barrel here and see there's nothing in there. Alright, so let's go ahead and unrack the slide here. And to take it apart, you're going to turn it upward, and you're going to want, it makes it a lot easier to use a bushing wrench. Okay, you can get these anywhere, they're pretty cheap. But right here is a button, it's spring loaded. If you press it down, it's going to allow you to move the barrel nut right here. Okay, so to take this out, you need to turn it clockwise. So with your bushing wrench here, it presses the button for you, and you twist as far as you can go, and then carefully lift up to release the spring cap and the spring. Okay, now you want to take that barrel nut and turn it counterclockwise as far as it'll go. It will stop you. Look about like that. And it should just lift right up. Okay. Done with the wrench. Alright. So now you're going to see two little notches in here in the slide. You want to line up the smaller one with the top end of the slide lock here. So slide it on back and line it up. It'll look just about like that. Okay. And on the other side, there's a button right above the trigger. You should be able to push that. Get it at least flush with the frame there. And so now when you look at the slide lock, it is sticking out slightly. You should be able to just pull it on out. Alright, now we can slide the rest of the slide off by going towards the front. We've got the guide rod. We've got the barrel. And the barrel has, you'll notice, a loose, movable hole here, okay? You'll want that pushed forward towards the muzzle end of the barrel. It'll allow you to just slide it right on out. And these are the pieces we're going to be cleaning today. I'm going to give this a quick spray down just to kind of get things soaked and okay, we'll do the slide. Tools you're going to need. As you saw, we used a bushing wrench. You'll need a 45 cal barrel brush. I use a soft nylon brush for most of this. It's got a little detail end on the end of it. I've got a harder, stiffer nylon brush for real stubborn carbon. Cleaner, this is all on preference. Everybody says one works better than the other. I say try it, see which ones you like. They all do pretty good. So, you know, just try them out. Let's see here. We got some gun oil. I got a little rag for gun oil. You'll need a 45 caliber Jag. Got patches for the Jag. Q-tips always come in handy. And I've got rags here to wipe stuff off as we go. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the little stuff and just kind of knock this stuff out first. Makes it really easy to do. I like to get the cap real good. This is the spring cap. We'll wipe that off. Get our rag in the hole here and make sure everything's out of there. Alright, we've got, let's do the barrel nut next. Just go through and scrub everything. You're not going to hurt it. Get that wiped off. Alright, let's do the guide rod. We'll just kind of go through and scrub that off as well. And give that a wipe off. See here, we got the slide lock pin here. Get all the little grooves. This is your opportunity to remove anything that's on it. Okay, give that a wipe off. Set that aside. Let's grab the spring here. It's kind of hard to go at it with a brush, so what I do is I go through with the rag and let that kind of self-wipe it off. At least it gets a good wipe down on it. Alright. Let's do the barrel next. Alright. The barrel, I do this in a particular way. You always want to take your brush and go in from the back. And yes, that means two things. Okay? I don't like going in from the muzzle end because if you hit your handle against it, you could end up damaging this by chipping it or denting it. And we don't want to have any accuracy issues after we put this back together. So always go in from the back and push all the way through. Keep doing this until you feel it smoothing out. It might feel kind of gritty at first. And just keep doing it until you feel it nice and smooth. Should go through pretty easy. And then we can take our nylon brush and go over the rest of it just to make sure everything is cleaned. Get the muzzle in real good. And then we'll need to finish wiping out the inside. We're going to use the jag for this. So take a jag and a cleaning patch. You stab it right in the middle. And then the same thing again. You're going to go in from the back and push it all the way through. And it's going to give it a nice tight wipe. Okay? So see all that black? Nothing black is ever good, so we're trying to get rid of that. And the nice thing about the jag is it only takes a couple times to pass through this, and it gets clean real quick. See, there's a little bit left on there. We'll do it again. This gun's obviously been fired quite a bit. Still some. Do it again. Come here. Alright, so I'm going to do one more just for good measure, but it's not going to be perfectly a white sheet here. It's going to look kind of grayish. You're basically want to make sure there's nothing black left on this. So you might be able to kind of see that. It's a little gray, but you don't see black. So we'll count the inside of the barrel as done. Let's grab a rag here and wipe everything off. Set that aside. Let's work on the frame. Just, again, go over everything. You are not going to hurt it. Okay? I don't use the brass or metal brushes, so I don't have to worry about scratch and finish or, you know, scratching grips or making any marks on the pistol from cleaning it. So I always stick with the nylon. That's more than sufficient to do all this. Get the slide rails real good. Alright. Nothing wrong with getting down to the mag well. Gets dirty in there too. Alright, how are we looking? Alright, once you're done with that, we can go through and wipe it off. Go over everything. You want to make sure you get all the cleaner off. And for these little spots, it's good to use a Q-tip. I like to pass the rag through. The mag well, just so it'll get some good wiping through the inside. Make sure we get all that out because we don't want any cleaner left on here. Come here. My fingers are a little too big to fit through there. But you can do a quick pass on that. Now we'll grab a Q-tip. Make sure we get these slide rails real good. Any little small area you see, use the Q-tip to get the small areas real good. Get the slide rail on the other side. And grab one more. Get in the small areas that you couldn't get with your finger. Alright. Frame's looking pretty good. Let's move on to the slide. Again, just go over it all. You want to break everything loose. Just get everywhere you can. This little detail into the brush works really well to get in the small areas. And I like to go over everything. Get around the sights. Get grooves, cracks, holes. Get the muzzle in real well. And when you feel you've gone over it enough, we will go through and wipe it off. Use some of the Q-tips to get the little small areas. But take this and wipe everything off that you can. Get your finger in there. Try and get what you can. Grab a Q-tip, get deep in there in those little grooves. anywhere you couldn't get with your finger. Let's try and get that stuff worked out. Get the slide rails real good. And we are looking real good. Time for some lube. So what I like to do is take my gun oil here, and I just squirt a little bit on a corner. I know that looks like a lot, but I'm kind of liberal with this stuff. And let's start with the frame. And anywhere you see on here that looks like it's shiny or been scuffed or looks like it's rubbing or scraping, you want to make sure there's oil there, because that's where all the contact is happening. So just do a little swipe. You're not going to hurt any of this. I like to make sure I get the slide rail real good. Looks like the barrel rubs in here and up here. And that looks like it's pretty good. You can put some on the mag release if you'd like. It's not gonna, you're not gonna hurt it. It just might unstick it and make it a little bit easier. And just kind of work it in there a little bit. All right. Yeah, it looks like about it. Like there, anywhere you see shiny, that's what you're wanting to hit. So let's move on to the slide. Same thing again. All that stuff that's shiny, looks like it's been scraping. All that stuff, we want to make sure there's oil on it. Okay, make sure you get inside the slide rail. Make sure that's got lube. Looks like it rubs on here. You can see quite a bit of rubbing down in there. So we'll make sure we get some oil there. And there's some for the barrel nut. I mean, we'll do that too. Just it's going to make the install easier when we put it back together. The barrel, same thing again. We're looking for all this scraping, all the marks. It's pretty much the whole barrel. Like you can do the whole outside of it. I do the whole shaft. And I'll do this whole silver piece. I don't put any on the inside. We don't need stuff to accumulate on the inside of the barrel, so we don't do the ends of the barrel. But the barrel, you can pretty much do all of that. The guide rod, I'll do just the shaft of it, and just kind of get some oil, help the spring. The barrel nut, you can do that. It's just make it help it go back together easier. There we go. Set it. So you can put some on there. It's not going to hurt it. The barrel cap, I mean, yeah, if you want. Again, this is just primarily for easy installation. Make it easy for you. The slide lock. I do just the pin part of it. Again, it's just for installation. To make it real easy to put back together. The spring will get lubed with the guide rod, so we won't do that. All right, let's put this back together. We're going to start with the slide, and you'll want to take the barrel, and remember it's got this little flapping hole right here. Okay, we want that pushed all the way forward to the front of the barrel, and that will allow you to slide it right back into place. Okay, pretty much snaps in. We will take the guide rod and spring and place that on each other. I really don't think it matters on which way it goes in. This one end seems tighter, so I'm putting that on the guide rod so it stays more attached to it. You'll notice on the guide rod itself, it's got like a V cut here. That straddles the barrel. Okay, so slide it in, and you'll want the guide rod to straddle the barrel, and everything should look like this. Okay, got a good look there. Alright, so right here on the frame are the two rails. Those line up with the notches in the back. Okay, you'll slide those on, and the goal here is this hole needs to line up with this hole. Okay, when you slide this in, that's what we're trying to do. Stop it there. Okay, so you may have to watch it as you're putting it back in. There we go. So it stopped me, but I needed to pull back just a little bit. Alright, so you're going to see this big old square in this hole. You're going to take your safe slide lock, stick the peg in the hole, and I stick it just below the square there and just kind of push up, and it's going to line it up for you. Okay, now we need to line up the notches again. Okay, so this one's the slide lock one, this one's to put the slide lock in. So push that back until, there we go, you've got it lined up with the slide lock there. See that? And you should be able to just push it in, and it came out the other side. You should feel a nipple there, right? So now we can slide the slide all the way forward. We're going to hold it upward like this. We can put the cap back on the spring. Now you'll notice on the barrel nut here, there's kind of a notch. Okay, that should be lined up with the spring as you're setting it in. So kind of at what is it, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, somewhere in there, it should just drop in from there just like that. And now you'll want to twist it clockwise as far as it'll go. Okay, and then we'll press this down, and if you're doing it with your barrel wrench, you can. A lot of the times you can do this with just your thumb. Push the cap of the spring down and rotate the barrel nut counterclockwise until it locks back into place. At this point, we are put back together. That worked. Yeah, everything's functional. Looks like we did pretty good. I'm going to grab a clean rag here, one we weren't using through this whole process, and give this a wipe off. This is your time to polish off everything that you see. Awesome. And there you have it. We have just taken apart, cleaned, lubed, and put back together a Rock Island. This is an M1911 A1 FS. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. I also offer the online course to get your Texas license to carry a handgun. It's the 4-hour class broken down into segments and saves your progress so you can do it at your own pace. After completing the course, you can print your certificate. Then it'll help you locate an instructor close to you, no matter where you are in Texas, so you can complete the shooting portion of the course. This is all certified by the Texas Department of Public Safety. Check it out at reverendguns.com. If you have any questions or comments, please add them below. Be sure to like and subscribe for more firearms education.